So you're in Houston with D'Antoni. Who is the one people when you're going up? Who is your favorite matchups to go against, and some of the toughest matchups you went against?
At that time, it was like Dame. Obviously, it was Steph because Steph was real hot. I say those two were kind of like the headliners for me.
And you got a chance to play with Dame this year. So how was that?
So
shout out Dame.
Shout out Dame Dollar too. No, solid.
One.
Nah, I'm telling you, he gave me a whole different perspective.
Yeah.
Since I met him. So last time me and Dame leave each other, we leave like he's saying he go whoop my ass. Right. So that's what we left.
I remember that.
That was right.
Right. So I didn't see Dame again until I was his teammate.
Yes.
Right. And anyone that know me, like, I'm on the team. It's team everything.
Yes.
I don't give a f if I get traded 2 months in the season. These are my new guys. I'm running through the wall for them, right? So I first get there. Man, it was crazy. I get traded, man. I fly into Milwaukee, man. I land. I do all physical just to try to play the next day. You know what I'm saying, against Charlotte. Come in the locker room. Okay, cool. See Dame. Dame like, what up? What up? Grab marker, go to the board. So when I set screens for you, because I know I got the weaker defender on me all the time, how you want me to set it? You want me to set it to your left? You want me to set it to your right? When I do that, you want me to roll through the pocket? You want me to pop? What's a good passing angle for you? What are you comfortable with? What can I do to make your job easier? Right? That's how I come in. What you mean? Ain't no beef. We ain't basketball players. Ain't nobody fighting each other. You can't fight your homies. You gonna end up playing with somebody regardless.
No doubt. You stay long enough.
You feel me? I ain't about to, I ain't never had I'm not about to swing on anybody, no shots taken, but it's a brotherhood of basketball. So ain't no real beef. It's competition, and competition might spill over a little bit, but ain't no real beef. So when I got to him, you feel me? He looking like, damn, Pat. Like, yeah, this how I am. You feel me? And if somebody say some cap shit, I'm calling them out. No, that's cap. We ain't doing that. No, that's cap. We ain't doing that. You can't say that. You don't even practice. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not letting it ride.
I tell people all the time, and this is I think why you were brought to Milwaukee and in that situation, because I tell people this all the time. Yes, we understand that Giannis is the best player on the team, but your best player ain't always your leader. And that's not to take nothing away from Giannis. And I think oftentimes we criticize certain guys because they're the best player on the team, but they're not the leaders that the media might want them to be, or they're not the leaders that the fans might want them to be. Sometimes that's just not their personality. That doesn't make him any less of a man, any less of a player, any more, any greater. You know what I'm saying? But you have guys, because I've played that role in a locker room where there was guys that was 10 times better than me. Brown was 10 times better than me. D-Wade, CB, 10 times better than me. But when it came to leadership, I was the captain every year. You know what I'm saying? So you have guys like a Pat Bev that come into a locker room and is able to change the mindset of the guys in the locker room, just like we talked about earlier. As a true leader, if you can get those 14, 15 guys to embody your same mindset in the locker room as you have, because you already have a dog mindset, a dog mentality, and even if these ain't dogs, you can get them to think they dogs for 48 minutes, you have won.
Yeah, and it's like people who don't know me, have not played with me, they don't know. They don't know. They like, man, I see him from TV, I hear him from the pod. Like, I don't know what type of dude he is. I don't know what type of teammate he is. When I lead your team, I respect Pat Bev. I'm talking about, I'm in there every off day. 35 years old.
There's no off days,
ain't
man.
no, what you mean? I'm telling young guys, hey, man, you ain't got 5 years in the league, man. Ain't no such thing as no off day. What the fuck is you doing?
Touch the pumpkin.
They looking at me like, damn, Pat, you go, yeah, I'm going to talk to him like that. Why y'all ain't talking to him like that?
That's the problem.
What's wrong with y'all?
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's
Straight
the problem.
Up. So now when I leave, and I got rookies, and I got the Anthony Edwards, and I got the Shea Gilgeous-Alexanders, and I got the Clint Capellas, and I got these young guys, the Karl Anthony Towns, the D-Lows, and I got, hey, Pat, appreciate everything you did when you was here, guys. I'd rather have that than any type of that. That's more of a currency to me for anything.
That's the reward. And I tell you this, it comes from, the experience that you've had, because I look at your career and I kind of compare it to some of my things. Like, I've played with some great players. And I'd be a damn fool not to take something from all the great players I've been around.
Yeah, why not?
Being around LeBron James, being around Dwayne Wade, being around Shaquille O'Neal, being around Chris Bosh, Alonzo Mourning, Penny Hardaway, Gary Payton. I mean, the list goes on and on of great players. So I look at your career. You've been around Giannis. You've been around Bron. You've played with Embiid,
James
Harden,
Kawhi, Paul George.
Look at the
Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Embiid.
You'd be a goddamn fool not to take something from these guys.
Now I'm looking at Maxey at practice. Hey, man, show me that move again.
Yes, just something.
About, man?
You know what I'm saying?
That's
Something.
not me. That's
just
not me.
to get an edge,
Yeah.
whether it be mentally, physically, something you will be a damn fool not to take and apply it and see how it works for you as your career moves on.
Yeah.
Going back to Milwaukee, you reunite with Doc Rivers.
Nah.
I love Doc.
Love Doc.
And I know you do too.
Yeah.
What's that situation in Milwaukee going to be like for him coming in there now? Because I know he came in obviously halfway through the year last year. Things were tough. People weren't hurt. People, injuries were a part of it. Is Milwaukee in a situation where they can win it next year?
I really believe if you have, and I think we as a unit, we don't give Chris Middleton a lot of love.
Mm-hmm. Man, let me say, a healthy Chris Middleton.
Oh my goodness,
For sure.
I seen it.
2-game winners, 1 game.
I seen it.
So with those 3 guys and a Bobby Portis and obviously the Brook Lopez, you know what I'm saying? But with those 3 guys, you put yourself in a position to win a ton of games. I don't know if that's championship, but usually a ton of games come with winning a lot of.
Yes.
Put you in a chance to win a 7-game series. For sure.
You feel me?
Yes.
So with those 3 guys, I really feel like you talk about the
Can't
triple
count them
threat.
out is what you're saying.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't, especially not in the East. You feel me? You just can't. You can't.
Who you think? You think Boston has a chance to run it back?
I don't know. Philly looked tough. I'm gonna go early and say that. I ain't gonna lie. A free Paul George without James Harden and Kawhi is a different Paul George.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a massive Paul George fan. I think that has been amazing since we played him in the Eastern Conference Finals 66 times in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So I always loved his game. But I even think, and he talks about all the time, the underrated signings that they're bringing Kelly Oubre back, bringing Caleb Martin.
Yes.
Like they brought in some goons,
wing
man.
defenders that can guard those Celtic guys.
And so now the size, I just hope they stay healthy.
That's
so
the only thing.
I mean,
And offensively, the one weakness that Philadelphia had, they struggled with the catch and shoot. Paul George shot that clip at 52%. I'm telling you, that's going to change their offense. That's going to change spacing.
Yeah, and he go get to the free throw line.
He going to get to that.
He gonna get to that.
He going to get to that.
Live there.
He going to get to that. So, I like that.
Embiid go get fouled 22 times a game.